massive crowd that trooped out in Kaduna in solidarity to Rufai, it has become very obvious that Rufai is facing a political persecution. He came back to Nigeria in mid-February on his own. No one forced him. The Nigerian government didn't apply to extradite him from Egypt to Nigeria. He came back willingly. From the airport, they started to harass him and intimidate him. And he has been in detention since then, mid-February to now. We are almost at the end of March. So it's very clear that they are intimidating him. This is despite the fact that he brought this government to power. He helped Tinubu during the campaigns when many people in Muhammad Buhari's administration were against him, but he stood his ground. He even went to court. All that they have thrown away just because he is now in power. And it's very laughable the charges the ICPC brought against Rufai in Kaduna today. When you look at the 10 charges as published, there's nothing like what they investigated. All the time we heard that they were going to court to extend the detention order and all that. Nothing like anything they claim to have gotten when they searched his home. They claim to have gotten equipment he used to tap Ribadu's phone lines and all that. Nothing like that is in the charges. Number one is excessive severance payments, that he abused his office, he paid himself too much salaries. The second one is money laundering. The third one is receipt of foreign currency from questionable sources. The fourth, diversion of World Bank funds, that is a criminal breach of trust. The fifth one, irregular award of 11 billion naira light rail contract. Number 6, procurement breach, CCTV contract worth 4.61 billion naira. Number 7, undue advantage in $22.475 million contract. Number 8, land fraud and false representation. Number 9, unlawful revocation and reallocation of land. Number 10, attempt to obstruct justice. Now that we have seen the charges, it is important to make a small comparison. If you are a chief tax collector in Nigeria and you want to collect taxes from Nigerians, who will be your top priority? Are you not going to go after rich men, the very wealthy billionaires who you know that their taxes every year will run into billions? This also applies to security agencies like the ICPC and the EFCC. If they want to catch thieves, corrupt politicians, they will first of all prioritize people who have stolen too much money. People who have stolen billions or even trillions. Someone like the former governor of Delta State, Ifeanyi Okowa. Remember, the EFCC accused him of misappropriating or stealing more than 1 trillion naira. Why is he not on trial today? Are we going to talk about all other politicians that their sins have been forgiven simply because they are now in APC? So don't let anyone gaslight you by saying, are you now supporting a corrupt politician? Are you now supporting people who have stolen from Nigerians? Don't let anyone gaslight you with such narratives. They have to at least show that they are working by charging everyone to court. Anyone that has been found wanting, that have stolen the people's money, must be charged. You don't charge only the opposition politicians and allow others to roam free because they are APC members. No, that's not fair. Everyone should be equal in the eyes of the law. Now, let's hear Peter Obi's reaction. He reacted not just because Rufai has been in detention, he has spoken about that before, but what caused this reaction was the fact that one sheikh that received him in Kaduna the other day was arrested by the DSS. Of course, the sheikh has come online to say that he is now free. We'll hear that in a moment. Let's hear what Peter Obi said. Writing on his verified X handle, he said, "Troubling developments in our polity that must be nipped in the bud. I have been made aware early this morning that revered religious leader Sheikh Ahmad Tijani Umar has been arrested by authorities shortly after hosting me in Kaduna on Sunday. This development underscores the deeply troubling state of our nation and our democracy, where freedom of speech and movement is increasingly threatened and where citizens and perceived political opponents face harassment and unnecessary persecution. This cannot be allowed to continue. This country must defend freedom and free speech, which are the hallmarks of every democratic society. Suppression and intimidation of dissent can never stand in a democratic society, and this Nigerian government must understand this fact. I respectfully call on all those bent on undermining our already fragile democracy to please stop and apply the rule of law and tenets of democracy in dealing with citizens. You see, this is why Nigeria must work for everyone. A country where many corrupt politicians roam free without being charged. Ordinary Nigerian citizens who bear the brunt, who pay taxes, and these politicians lavish and waste all the tax money. And when these citizens talk or criticize the politicians, they are hounded, intimidated, and arrested. If Nigeria must work, our institutions must be reformed. All these agencies like the ICPC and the EFCC, they are under the Attorney General. That's why the Attorney General must be an elective office so that he wouldn't be under any man. He will be after his reputation. He will not be involved in politics. How can the police, the EFCC, the ICPC continue to be used by politicians to intimidate fellow politicians just simply because they are now in the opposition? It doesn't make any sense. This is not how to build a country. Look at Rufai, who has been out of power for how many years? It is today or maybe since February that they remember that they have to charge him to court. After detaining him for more than 1 month, they are treating him as if he's a criminal. Exactly the same thing they are doing to Malami. Even if you don't agree with the former Attorney General Malami, the way he comported himself in office, it doesn't still mean that the people in power shouldn't be following due process.
Where is the order? The order here is not specific, giving you clear directives to come and mark my property. And then this matter is pending in court. Where is the order from the court that gave you permission? Are you coming here to embarrass me unnecessarily? Because I am in court with EFCC, so you are embarking on a position now to move nationwide and embarrass me? What is it? What is it about? Where is the order? Without an existing court order, when a matter is pending in court, you are coming all over my properties to embarrass me. That's the way it is done. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, we'll meet in court.
You can see how lawless they are. This is why it's important not to have people of questionable character in power. What is happening under this administration must teach Nigerians a lesson. You don't just allow people of questionable character, people that have gone to prison, people of criminal minds that have committed all sorts of atrocities in the past. You don't allow such people to be in the corridors of power. This is the effect. They are so lawless. Look at what is happening in Abuja. Despite a court order, the other man, Baroa, got a court order sacking MC Oluomo, but eventually it was the person that got a court order that was arrested by the police. The person the order was against came back to the office escorted by army officers. Can you imagine? This is the lawless society they are building. They don't give a damn about the law. Whether you win them in court, it is still their way that they will impose. So what other option do they leave for Nigerians? They are building a lawless society where they will impose their own will on Nigerians. They don't care about courts. They don't care about anything. So this is why Nigerians must register to vote in 2027 to chase all these people away from power. Now, let's hear what the Sheikh has to say.
I am speaking today to correct a false report being circulated in some quarters. I was not detained by the DSS. I was invited for questioning. I cooperated fully and I was released. I am free. I am safe and I am well. I want to appeal to all our supporters and to all citizens of Kaduna State. Remain calm, remain peaceful, and remain law-abiding citizen. No one should take the law into his hand. No one should create disorder in the name of loyalty. On the matter of our leader, on the matter concerning our leader, Malam Nasiru Rufai, let us be patient and let due process take its course. Let us continue to pray and let us keep the peace. And to everyone dissatisfied with the current system, the answer is very simple. Register, vote, and choose better leadership when the time comes. Thank you all. May Allah protect our dear state, Kaduna State.